Everybody, it's Emily from the Bell Road branch of the Newburgh-Chandler Public Library. Today, I want to try something new with our tweens. I want to start a virtual book club, or to shorten it, VBC. Now wait, before you click off of this video, I don't mean the kind of book club where I tell you exactly what book to read, and even if you don't like it, that's your only option. I don't want to do that. Instead, I want to have a theme for each week and tell you about different books that you can read and activities that you can do that go along with that theme. For this week, I wanted to do the theme of dragons. So in this video, I'll tell you about a book I read this week and show you some different dragon crafts and activities that you can do at home. At the end of this video, I'll talk more about a Google form that I have where you can tell me what you thought about the activities and give me some suggestions. And with that, on to the book talk. This week, I read How to Train Your Dragon by Cressida Cowell. Now, I don't have the physical book on me as it's currently checked out, but the book is available on our Libby app if you wanted to read it electronically. There's also a movie based off of this book, but it wasn't until I read the book that I realized just how different the movie is. So, if you've seen the movie, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take all of that knowledge and information that you have about the movie and just kind of throw it out the window for the next couple of minutes, because the book is completely different. The book starts off with a note from Hiccup Horrendous Haddock III, our main character. In this note, Hiccup is reflecting on his childhood and when he first found his dragon. That's where the first chapter starts off. Hiccup and the other Viking boys from his village are doing an initiation where they either have to capture a dragon or be exiled from the village. Hiccup ends up capturing one of the smallest dragons he's ever seen instead of a ferocious beast like he's expected to. He spends most of the book trying to train his dragon, named Toothless for obvious reasons, into doing tricks so he won't be exiled. However, as the day approaches where the boys are supposed to show their skills, a gigantic danger washes up on shore, and the boys must band together to save the day. These characters are so lovable and funny, even when they're using some Viking brash humor. They also have some of the most ridiculous names I've ever read in a book, including Snotface Snotlout, Dog's Breath the Dubrain, and Fishlegs. Now I want to read to you guys the note that Hiccup writes in the beginning of the book. There were dragons when I was a boy. There were great grim sky dragons that nested on the cliff tops like gigantic scary birds. Little brown scuttly dragons that hunted down the mice and rats in well-organized packs. Preposterously huge sea dragons that were 20 times as big as the big blue whale and who killed for the fun of it. You'll have to take my word for it, for the dragons are disappearing so fast they may soon become extinct. Nobody knows what is happening. They are crawling back into the sea from whence they came, leaving not a bone, not a fang, in the earth for the men of the future to remember them by. So, in order that these amazing creatures should not be forgotten, I will tell this true story from my childhood. I was not the sort of boy who could train a dragon with the mere lifting of an eyebrow. I was not a natural at the heroism business. I had to work on it. This is the story of becoming a hero the hard way. Intrigued? Why not pick up How to Train Your Dragon by Cressida Cowell at the library or on the Libby app? Today, I want to show you how to make 3 different dragons. The first dragon is Howard. Howard was made by cutting a paper plate into a spiral like this. After I cut the paper plate, I decided that I wanted to have Howard have orange scales over his whole body. This was an easy thing to do with construction paper, scissors, and glue. After I was satisfied with the scales, I gave Howard a head, wings, and a tail from blue construction paper. Then I used googly eyes so that Howard can see where he's flying. The cool thing about Howard is that he can lay flat like this, or he can be hung up with a string and create this cool 3D spiral effect that you see here. Now, obviously your dragon doesn't have to be exactly like Howard. Your dragon can have horns, or 3 wings, or no wings. Let your imagination soar while making this dragon. The second dragon that I want to show you today is Frederick. Frederick is even easier to make than Howard. All you need to make Frederick is an empty toilet paper roll, some construction paper, scissors, and glue or tape. All you need to do is wrap construction paper around the roll and use the extra construction paper to give your dragon some features such as a head, wings, and a tail. And if you have googly eyes, feel free to add those on. Now, while I think that Frederick is exceptionally cute, that's not the best thing about him. The best thing about him is that if you have any type of yarn or string, I can show you how to make Frederick fly. Like I said, I'm going to show you how to make Frederick fly. All you need is any type of yarn or string and a doorknob. The way you're going to hold it is you're going to hold both ends on one side. That way it creates a curve on the other side. You're going to put it over a doorknob, and the side that has both ends, you're going to loop it through the curve, and you're going to pull until it's tight on the door. What you're then going to do is take Frederick and put the yarn or string through him so it comes out the end. You're going to take one end in both hands and you're going to pull them apart. And when you pull them apart, that will cause Frederick to go up the string, making him fly. The last dragon I'm going to show you how to make is named Sweetie, and you're about to see why. For this dragon, you will need apples, strawberries, and bananas. Now, remember to wash all of your fruit properly before using, and ask your parents' permission before using any sharp objects to cut these fruit. Now, for the strawberries, you're going to cut them so that each slice looks like this. So it's very thin, and you're going to make a bunch of strawberries like that. You're going to take one banana and cut it into small slices of about this length and keep them together. Then you're going to take apples and you're going to make 7 small slices like this, and use one apple where you cut off one little wedge and then also trim off a side so that it lays flat. And then I will show you what it'll look like all together. So this is what Sweetie the dragon looks like all put together. The fire and her scales and her wings are made from strawberries. Her eye is made from an apple seed, and her body is made from the apple wedges and the bananas. Dig in! I hope you all liked some of the activities that I showed you today. In the description, there is a link to a Google form where you can tell me about your favorite dragons and your favorite activity this week. You can also give me some suggestions for future themes that you'd like to see, and you might see them on here. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time.